Hey, fellow Riblets, it's me, Tom from Target Prime Rib. I'm here. I'm actually a few minutes late. Just had to get some stuff done. So I'm not sure who's actually going to be in the chats. Let me just see. Hold on 1 second. What time does that have me coming on here for on YouTube? Ah, there we go. Hey, 22Q Cat Lynn and John Beatty, how you doing? Um, we're just waiting for my guest to come on. So, how you guys doing today? Hope everything is good. It's actually a little too hot for me to actually sip right now, but I'm enjoying. I know it seems like a big thing of it, but believe it or not, this is not coffee. This is lamb broth from when I made my lamb. So, bring on daddy. Yep, we're he said that he got the email. I just sent him another link. Well, not another link, but I just sent him the link, and so we're just waiting for him to join us. Hey, Wanda, how you doing? And Granny Boo is here as long, and also Sandy. Wow, Sandy is here. Smoothie is here. Lisa, I haven't seen you in such a long time. I saw you on with Aaron, but I haven't seen you here in a long time. And speaking of Aaron, the booby of goats, how you doing? Paul, how you doing today? So, everything is pretty exciting today. I have a lot going on. Jemmet, how you doing? Or Juju, however you'd like to be called. It's always good to see you. Always good to see all of you. Never mind just you. Um, Let me just see. Blah 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 blah. All right. Got 16 people watching, so that's pretty cool. Thumbs up and some hearts. Thank you, Juju. I appreciate that. No Slow is here. Hey Gary, how you doing today? So my special guest today is going to be Peter, PapaCarnivore. So Jen E, the crafters, how you doing? Tommy Boy Sup, how you doing today, Jen? Everything is good in the hood. And make sure you see my live on Saturday. I haven't posted it yet, but I am going to be working on the thumbnail probably today and have it out today. It doesn't take me really that long. Once I get all the stuff I need, it doesn't take me that long. Um, but I'm going to be working, and by tonight, you should see that I'm going to Oaktown Girl. How you doing? And John Together Strong. Hello. Yep, I agree with that. Together strong, sharing experience, strength, and hope one day at a time. Thank you. And Oaktown Girl, that's fine, whether you listen from afar or watch from up close, it's all good. Yes, Jem. I saw the short with Milton waiting at the vet. I also saw the ride for him to get to the vet. So yeah. Um it's not easy to put your favorite pet, to put your favorite friend through something like this, but Milton, it's something that Milton needs to do, or something Milton needs to have to done, and it would be, even Lewis will tell you that it would be it's a lot better for him. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't think he realizes what's going to be done, so I don't think he's going to freak out right now. So, thank you, Juju. I appreciate that. And Cordelia in Albany. Hey, Cordelia. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you. Um, I believe you're pretty new, so welcome. And Tammy, I've seen you before. I don't know if I've ever seen you on here or not. So just in case I haven't, welcome Tammy as well. Tammy Pitterich. I've seen you with Mitch. So I appreciate you coming on here. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate that. Whoever, I always forget which one's Jane. It doesn't really matter. Um, Jane just bought me a coffee, and I appreciate the coffee gesture. So, so I'm not sure where Papa is. I mean, he does know it's 4 o'clock, right? He has the same time zone, so we can't say it's because it's two different time zones. So let me just go in here for 1 second. Okay. Okay. Just kind of like flipping back and forth a little bit. I didn't do it on Instagram today. Just never set it up. So you thought the thumbnail showed that it was for 6? Let me go back in time a little bit. If it did, I apologize. Oh, you know what? Maybe it is for 6. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let me check something out. I apologize, guys. You know what? Why don't we just do a short thing now, and then we'll do it again at 6 o'clock. I just have a few things I have to do. Lisa, thank you for letting me know. I'm so used to doing the 4 o'clock ones that maybe we did do it for 6 because of his scheduling. You try to accommodate. You try to accommodate everybody. Thank you, Cordelia. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to. You know what? That's my fault. That's my fault. Well, I mean, yeah, if you want to come on, Lewis, you can. It's usually 4 p.m. Juju, you're absolutely right. So, but I don't want it to. Obviously, yeah. I mean, we could stay on for a little bit, shoot the breeze just a bit, and then go from there. Okay. So, Lewis, if you want to come on for a few minutes, all right. Hey, Lewis.
Well, hello.
Hello.
I got mute my YouTube. I'm sorry.
A little high in the volume there.
Oh, am I?
Well, it's static, so I'm figuring it's from a high volume.
Is it better now?
Yeah. Well, I
Testing one, two,
still hear the static.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, let me see if I'm using the right mic. I didn't even check.
Do you hear it or no? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
It should be much better now.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
I can't believe.
Look at my hair. I'm not even ready.
I'm so used to doing four 4 o'clock that I think my brain just went right to 4.
So wait, what happened? I didn't
I
know what happened.
guess I think Peter had to do a special day and special time, so I forgot that it was set for 6 o'clock instead
Oh,
of
6 o'clock today?
yeah.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
we'll just do a few minutes. We'll just do a little bit because I have some. There was somebody that's actually I'm supposed to be doing a video call with um,
Oh,
another carnivore, just one on one, and that was supposed to be at seven
cool.
o'clock. And
Oh, it's gonna be tight.
yeah, so I think I'm gonna text her and see if she'd be willing to do a little bit earlier, and maybe I can get her in before the 6 o'clock. You know,
Hmm.
so
Okay, well, you could text her. Does
yeah,
anyone have any questions that you want to ask for Peter later that we can save for later
yeah, we
in the
could do
chat?
that.
I'm in my Dr. Kilt's coaching, the coaching thing right now. Were you in it before?
No, not today. No,
Yeah,
no,
it's happening
because
right now, but
you know,
it's nothing special.
yeah, I probably missed. Did I miss last week's too?
No, they didn't have it because of the holidays.
Oh, okay.
Days
So
of our
I wasn't a bad student then.
not twice in a row, just today. All right.
Oh, because Grandma's here. Hello, Grandma.
Yeah. So I've decided, Barbara's inspired me. I'm going to be doing my regular 48-hour fast is always going to be on Mondays because
Oh, so you're going to do
she's
like
doing
a
no food Mondays for this month. But I'm gonna do that always forever. Well,
well
if there's
until
ever
you're absolutely
like not
tired
on
of it.
Easter or whatever, let's do that. Yeah. But I wonder how they all did this past Monday with no food. Yes, and they're saying that you forgot about the time because you're not having butter. And
Yes, or you can say that for coffee too.
yes, or caffeine. Did you get any headaches or anything or no?
Anyway,
Headaches from not having the caffeine?
no, but I'm always tired.
Yeah.
But I was tired. Even Dr. Nelson knows this. I'm tired a lot.
Oh,
So,
Mark is here.
hey, Mark. Yeah, Mark comes to a lot of them. The only one that seemed new to me, well, one that I hardly ever see is Tammy
See,
Pitharch,
yeah, okay. Mhm.
which I know she's with Mitch, but
Yeah, it's
I've
nice that
never
she's here.
I never seen her here. And then guess who's here? Carnivore Whisperer. I haven't seen Lisa in a long time. Well, I did. I've seen her with Aaron, but I think it's a timing thing.
Hmm.
And it's somebody called Cordelia in Albany.
Oh, I
So
think we know her.
okay, does she have a different channel name or something?
Looks like everyone's doing Monday fasts. It's good stuff.
All right, so you talk, and then I'm going to make that
Yeah,
text
check.
over.
Do your paperwork. I'll look at the chat
My
and I'll
paperwork.
engage. Gary, I don't know if you saw the chat this morning on the other live stream with Carnivore Quest, but I was going for my walk and I did not know you were fasting. And congratulations! I think I wrote in the chat there. I wrote, "I'm so proud of you." So I'm really, really, really proud. That's really great. And I think you inspired me to do a longer fast. I've never fasted longer. Well, that's not true. I did fast over 5 days. I fasted 6.5 days last time. I think I did a 5-day fast. I just kept going. But I think for my birthday, I'm going to do an 11-day fast, June 1st to June 11th. My birthday's on June 11th. So I'm going to do June 1st, 11 days to June 11th. But that's great, Gary. It's great. How you feeling? Yes, I know. Mark is also doing Lion Diet. How's that C30 hard going? I heard she's really intense, Coach Lisa. Oof.
Okay.
Of course, we like it heart attack style.
Well, duh.
Yep, that's gonna be the plan. We're gonna do 11 day fast from June 1st to June 11th. 11 to 11 for my birthday. And lion diet for the month of June.
That's cool. For the month of June or January?
No, for my birthday in June.
Oh, for June. Okay,
I
yeah.
did I did lion diet last year in in January and in June. I'm gonna do the same thing I think this year.
In case you're wondering, this isn't coffee.
Hot water?
Uh, Close. It's actually lamb broth.
Oh, even better. Yeah, I can tell that about Coach Lisa, Mark. She's very good
Oh,
at um, uh, modifying the workouts for everyone's level, which is really good. She's very good. I can tell that when she does her Healing Humanity Q&As on Tuesdays. And I don't know if you saw this. Let me see if I can find No Slow. So No Slow is in the 200 club.
okay.
He is under 300 pounds.
Well, yeah. So it's cool.
It's cool. So congratulations.
Um,
And he's also fasting. He's doing an extended fast.
he's done the fastest before, so that's it's not really weird.
So Carnivore Whisper is asking if I drink coffee when I fast. The answer is yes. I do. I would drink black coffee, decaf. However, I'm doing line diet. uh, so I can't have anything like everyone. The group I'm fasting with is not doing line diet. I'm doing a fast with a group of people that I met in Dr. Berry's community. So they're all drinking coffee and tea, and I'm here
Right.
drinking my seltzer, my hot water with salt in it. But typically, I would drink decaf coffee
If you're
um,
fasting without being
if
lined.
I was fasting without being lying. Yeah,
Right.
but I'm telling you, I feel great. I feel great. I'm actually let's give a fasting update since everyone really cares.
Oh, somebody's asking a
Oh,
question.
I'm a few minutes away from 72 hours. So I'm right now
Cool.
71.53, and my blood sugar, ooh, 62. Look at this line. How straight this line is.
How do you feel?
Dead. I feel great.
You feel
I
dead.
did a 3 mile walk. Yesterday I felt a little meh,
Right.
but I got to sleep and I woke up this morning and I felt great. So I think I'll
It's
have
funny,
no
like,
problem
we
going to
were told, like, with a 62 blood
and I
sugar,
was yeah, oh yeah, that's I felt fine.
you know?
I was worried about being I worked from home today, so I was worried about being home and fasting because when I'm at work it's easy because I'm busy and there's no food there. But I did fine. I did fine. I stayed in my office the whole time, at my desk the whole time.
Did you see the question to you,
Yes, I'm gonna go down the
from
list.
Jason?
Yes, I'm definitely gonna be doing sardines. I miss sardines, and when line diet's over, I'm gonna do sardines. I agree with Bride's biscuit. All right, so let's see this. So Jason, I've been to Cooperstown to visit the Baseball Hall of Fame, but I haven't been there in a very long time, so I can't answer this question. I live in New York City. This is many hours away. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to. I mean, listen, you should definitely just Google search the town and Brazilian steakhouse. There might be one over there. I know Cooperstown is pretty developed, so you might be able to find something.
So to
Good.
answer your question, John, I did announce it. Everybody should know it.
Where's John? Here. Okay.
Yeah, he's asking about my A1C score. It was actually higher than um, than last time and higher than I'd like it to be, obviously. But it's at 7.5 now. So I got some work to do, but now my sugars are starting to go down again. Things are starting to work out, and I'm starting to do certain things that are working. And I am 100%, 110% confident that it's going to be a better number next time. So
I think my A1C will increase also next time. I just think that 5.1 was like so low
right,
that
right,
like I'm probably gonna be 5.3 again or something like that.
right. Well, I mean,
So
I give my left tit for a
I
5.
know, I know. It's all about perspective. I get it. I get it. It's all about perspective. But it's just a really it's just like it's a journey that we have to go through and we have to constantly keep on top of. Like my weight. Like I talked about my weight recently at a in another Zoom meeting. You know, I ended 2025 at the same weight I ended 2024 in. And I've never done that before. I've always gained the weight back or whatever. So I never maintained my weight, which was really good. But that was a good question, John. No slows
And Rick,
fasting for 14 days, just so we know.
and Rick is saying, "Well, Thomas, you got to get that better." Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Oh, really, retired Rick? We didn't know.
I'm going to
He's
say
trying
the
to
same
go
thing to
up.
you
The
that I
higher
used
the
to say to
better.
my.
The higher the better. No.
I'm going to say the same thing to you, and my boss used to say stuff to me that I already know. Okay, Captain Obvious. I'll be right on it.
So I met Max at Hack Your Health. So yes, I do know him. I did. I do. I've watched his videos before. He is a nice young guy. And you know it's really funny that you don't know about him when you see him in his videos. He's super tall. He's super tall, taller than me. Yep, Gary and I are fasting together, but I will be eating before he does. I don't think I'm mentally prepared for that. So, Barbara, my story, I told it a few times, but maybe one day when you have open mic on your channel, I can tell it on your channel too. Did the person reply?
Yeah, I'm answering her back again.
Okay, good or bad? I mean, can you join earlier?
No, we're going to do it for tomorrow.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so one thing I really don't talk about a lot is that I was on Rybelsus, which is the oral version of semaglutide, Ozempic, for a long time before I started taking Manjaro, which is an injectable. So I was actually on that medication, the same medication that is being offered now for weight loss under the Wegovy, the brand name like Wegovy pill. I was taking for diabetes. Now the Wegovy version of Rybelsus is a much higher dose, and that's because the oral GLP-1s don't work as well as the injectables. The delivery method, your stomach acid breaks a lot of it down. So the active ingredient in the pill is a very large amount, but your body only gets a small amount to kind of equal what the injections will be. Um, so I think it's good, the pill version, for those people who don't want to take an injection. I know there's lots for Rybelsus. There was lots of rules. I had to take it on an empty stomach with the just the same amount, like the just the right amount of water, and then I couldn't eat or take any other pills for 45 minutes. It was like a lot of rules. And if you didn't do anything right, your body might not absorb the medication properly. So yeah, I think it's a good option. It might be cheaper eventually. It might be easier to ship, and because right now the injections have to be refrigerated, and there's the injectors are so complicated. So I think it's good. But then we also think that maybe people shouldn't use GLP-1. So I don't know.
Well, I think everybody has different opinions. It's
I am currently not taking any GLP-1s. I was microdosing for a little while, but I stopped it. I wasn't feeling any different. So why am I going to take it?
right.
Um, yeah.
Thank you, Juju.
Mondays and Wednesdays are open mic. What about people that work and have to go to sleep? Barbara. I'm just kidding. We can make it work. You know, we
Barbara
can figure
doesn't
it out.
sleep. Are you kidding
I'll
me?
wait for a Monday or a holiday or something.
And Barbara, like I always say, baby for mayor. So,
Yeah, that's right. Me and Thomas look great. Looks
mm,
good. I did go tanning. That's why I look a little pasty, but I'm tan right now. I'm gonna tan again.
well,
I found
probably
that
not compared to me, but
I found out the tanning salon by my house does $10 tans on Sundays.
wow.
Uh, They also have a new red light therapy bed, a whole bed you lay in with just your underwear on, and it comes down and it has red lights under you and above you. So I bought those. I bought that. I bought the 6 treatments, and I'm gonna try that too.
Hmm. So Juju's asking John Beatty, what is microdosing? So that's probably something you could answer.
Yeah. So microdosing of a GLP-1 is when you take a dose that is much smaller than the retail version of the medication. So, for example, tirzepatide, which is Mounjaro and um, Zepbound, starts at 2.5 milligrams injection. And that is what Thomas was taking, the lowest dose. And the lowest dose made him sick. He didn't feel well on the lowest dose.
Yeah.
So, some people either can't tolerate the lowest dose or they can benefit from a lower dose, and we should always try to take as little medication as possible. So we're talking if 2.5 milligrams is the starting dose for the retail medication, we're talking about 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, 1 milligram, very small amounts. Then that's a microdose. You take it the same amount of time weekly, and you just see if you can get the benefits with taking much less of it. And another good thing about it is if you do have to increase the dose later on because let's say your body adapts to the medication, you have lots of place to move because you're taking very small amounts. So I think I started with 1 milligram and I got up to 2 milligrams when I was taking a small dose and I wasn't feeling anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Rick is asking about red lights.
Yeah.
I never did red light therapy,
Oh
so
no, I clicked the wrong one.
that's
Rick, this is the wrong one.
that's the wrong one you wanted to click.
No, that we got it. Okay, good.
Okay.
So, so red light therapy is supposed to be very healing. It has certain light frequencies and it's supposed to help with tissue healing and stuff like that,
Right.
relaxation. I honestly, I probably wasted money. Like I don't know if I'm getting a benefit. I have.
I remember there being a commercial,
Mhm.
like an infomercial more than a commercial about a hat that you would put on, and it had some kind of like light therapy in the hat,
Yeah,
and it would help you
stimulate hair growth.
grow hair.
Yeah,
I know my hair's not combed, but that's what that's for. Um,
it's fine.
was that red light?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And it doesn't get hot. Like you're in this red light, you do
Yeah,
it
it's
for
more
20
like light. It's
you
not.
do it for 20
I,
minutes. Yeah, it's light. It doesn't get warm and the bed that you lay in has like vibration. Like
mm.
it feels good. And it helps with I have like some back pain. It's supposed to penetrate through your skin. Um
Oh, do you
yeah,
feel
and then it's
benefits?
supposed to help with skin, with wrinkles, with
Right. Do you feel benefits with it?
So, I'm very suspicious when people are like, "Oh, but you need to do it consistently to feel the benefits," because then I feel like I'm being scammed. Or
Right,
you
because
just
it's like,
haven't
well,
done it
why
long
doesn't it
enough.
work?
Yeah. So when they first got the bed, this was a few weeks ago. When they first got the bed, they were giving everyone a free trial, try for free. So I did it, but I just did one. I didn't pay for it, and now I'm paying for it. So yeah, it's very woo woo red light. Oh, I actually have one. This is when I hurt my leg when I fell off my bike. and I hurt my leg. Michelle got me this. This one also has vibration and heat, and this wraps around the knee. Your knee kind of goes in this hole here,
Okay.
and it plugs in. And if I can figure out how to turn it on, ooh, look at that! Look, Thomas,
Ooh, pretty lights.
red light. Yeah. So
Ooh.
did this help me? I don't know. My knee's fine.
So this is the opposite of Superman.
Yes. Yes, it is. All right, let's get rid of this one.
I'm actually checking something out too. I figure I'll look at my calendar for today and see what time I actually had him coming in. Yeah, 6 p.m. So Lisa was right.
I was like, "What are you talking about hookers?" And then I realized you're talking about this comment. I can let you know. I think I can do it during open mic. It's fine.
Oh, that. Yeah.
My wife does crochet. She's not very good at it, but she does. I don't think I have anything near me that she's made.
I think I tried to crochet once. My mom tried to teach me, and I don't know.
My cousin's grandmother taught her, and she was very strict. If one line wasn't right, if it was too tight or something, she would make Michelle pull the whole thing out.
So she probably got like
Yep.
frustrated after a while. Yeah. Yeah. I think mine might be because my mom was a righty and I was a southpaw. So,
Yep. 22 Q Cat agrees with the red light therapy.
she hasn't noticed a difference in anything either.
All right. Oh wow. You had a tanning bed at home. That's great.
Yeah.
I love tanning. You know why? Because I just love being warm and not you can't do anything. You're just warm. And yeah, you just tan. I do as long as they let me do it on the machine, which I think is how many minutes? I don't know. I do as long as I can. And now that I don't sunburn because I don't eat seed oils. Oh, did you see the new food pyramid?
Yeah. Yeah. The reversal. Yeah. I saw that.
Well,
I'm
it's
trying to
not.
think who put
We
that
have to.
out.
We have to. It's the new food pyramid. It's not just that it
Oh,
looks
no.
good.
Then I didn't see it. I was probably seeing somebody's video or something like that, or
Let's see. Realfood.org.
somebody's post.
This is
Is
not
it more steered towards?
it. Eat real food. Oh, it's probably .gov. It's .gov. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen.
Okay. You know how to do that, right?
Yeah, this is going to be all over the carnivore community. So you're about to get very sick and tired of hearing about the
Well,
uh,
you
the
know
new
what?
food pyramid.
I can feel like I heard this. I heard it here first.
You did. It just came out today. So this is the website, Real Food. Oh, put on. I'm sorry. I just put up. I can put it on stage.
Yeah. You can make it full screen too if you want to.
Okay. How do I do that? Oh, here.
There will be an
Nope.
icon right
Nope.
there. There you go.
No, I want to put us on the bottom or something. Okay, there you go.
There we go. Is that better?
All right. So now we can
Oh,
do this.
let's take her out. No offense, Lisa. No offense, Lynn.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Take the comment away. So let me know if you guys saw this. I'm sure you did. So this is the website realfood.gov, and the new dietary guidelines are about us eating real food. And again, and I think this is kind of what we've been saying for a while, which is you want to eat things that don't have lots of ingredients, and that you can recognize the food. So when you see broccoli or you see a steak, it's a single ingredient food. It's. So listen, it still includes fruits and vegetables, right? So don't worry about that. But listen, this is a big step in the right direction. So they have a little video here, which I have yet to watch. This is all about how sick we are. So 50% of us have pre-diabetes or diabetes.
Right.
75% have at least one chronic health condition, and 90% of U.S. healthcare goes to treating those chronic diseases.
Right. He's putting
And
me
this is the
on.
old food pyramid.
Okay.
So we've been misled for decades. And this is very dramatic. I'm just scrolling here. Very dramatic. The new pyramid. It's so
that
funny because they literally turned it up. Look at the first thing that appears.
meat and
Steak,
eggs. Yep.
eggs, cheese. Did you
Yep.
guys see that? Let me do that again. I'm gonna scroll. You can scroll very slow. Okay. Can you guys see the
Yeah.
screen sharing? Because someone said retired Rick said that my pics are covering it up, Lewis. You can't see it.
His pick.
I don't know.
I mean, you're in the corner. I don't see it covering you up, covering it up.
Bacon Runner, we're gonna be on again at 6 o'clock. So don't make sure you come back. Okay. So when you scroll on this, the first thing that shows up, I think this is so cool. I didn't even notice this before, is meat. It looks like steak and ground beef, cheese and eggs. The first things that show up. And then as you scroll more, what shows up next?
Chicken.
Chicken and shrimp. Keep
And
going.
it's heart attack chicken. Make
Salmon
sure we
and
got that right.
butter. Can you believe that
I
butter
know.
is on the food pyramid?
I
I can't believe
know.
it.
I know. I know. Oh my
Let's
God.
see, yogurt. I don't know what. Now we're getting to some fishy stuff down here. Oh no, there's a can of sardines or tuna, and then down here looks like some type of rice or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well,
they're
it's
probably,
under it's
a lot
under
of people
fat.
feel rice
Or
is
maybe
good
it's
for you.
yogurt. Maybe it's yogurt.
Like
Keep
yogurt with
scrolling. Look at
like
this
what
olive
yogurt with
oil,
berries in it.
olive
Yeah.
oil and peanuts and nuts and stuff.
Right.
Whole milk. It says whole milk. It says
Yeah.
whole
Whole
milk,
milk, not skim
not
milk.
skim
Whole
milk.
milk. Avocado.
Avocado, which is my one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna keep scrolling. And now we get into
Fruits and
they're
vegetables
trying to kill us. Let's see. And you'll notice which ones appear first.
is the lettuce, the
Berries, which we
berries.
know are very low glycemic.
Right.
There's definitely a message here that they put this in this order for a reason. Lettuce, okay, carrots, oranges, not that great. Broccoli, apples, not that great. Tomatoes, peas, okay. Green beans, a can of green beans, which I guess that's more inclusive for everyone. I don't agree with grapes and bananas; they're very high in sugar. But that's the fruits and vegetables, and then
Well,
all
I
the
mean,
way. What, Tom?
no, I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, I agree with you too. But I mean, obviously, they're saying for it because it's not only for diabetics; it's probably also for
Yeah, yeah.
regular
No, it's
people
true.
too.
It's true. And listen, can you eat a banana
Because carrots
if
aren't
you're
very good with
metabolically
diabetics.
healthy and you only eat one? It's you probably be
I
okay.
mean, because you think about carrots are pretty high in sugar too.
They
So,
are,
um,
and these are still whole foods with single ingredients. A banana is a
right.
banana.
And I think that's the point. I
Yeah,
think that's the point right there.
yeah.
Um,
Listen, I knew that we weren't gonna have the carnivore pyramid up here.
And you know what's funny is I heard a thing the other day. I don't know if you heard the same thing that most of our berries are not actually berries because berries have a seed inside.
They've been
They don't have seed
changed.
outside,
Yeah,
and so the strawberry, all those berries that have seeds outside are not really berries.
yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting, which I guess puts the avocado in the berries family because of it having a seed inside.
It's a fruit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It definitely is a fruit.
Well,
Um,
we already knew it was a
oh
fruit, but
no!
I
Look, I'm zooming in. I don't want to zoom in.
oh, Peter's here. Okay. Maybe we could start this early then.
Well,
Um,
let's see if he's available. He might be at work. Is he in the
no,
chat?
he's
Oh,
here.
he's in the thing. Hey, Peter.
Yeah. I'm
Hold
gonna
on. Oh wait. So let me stop sharing my screen or take it off the stage.
yeah, I'm gonna put him on the thing.
Well, let's do everybody. Are
Hey,
you
Peter.
home?
Sorry for the confusion there. I
Wait a
forgot.
minute. I thought it was supposed to be at 6 o'clock.
It was. I forgot because
You
I'm
know
not
what,
used
Peter?
to.
He's off coffee. He's off butter. He's
I'm
not
off
doing well.
butter. I'm off coffee. You have to. You have to.
So he was here by
So
himself.
I
I'm
was
like, let
gonna
me
do
jump
this
on.
and then come back on at 6 with you.
Oh,
Or
okay.
you can do it now. Everyone's here.
Well, I mean, the thumbnail was sent out to everybody. We're all here. We're all here. We're here.
Yeah, we got 29 people in the chats.
All right.
Just we'll be
Well,
able to do.
everyone's waiting for action.
Yeah, the only problem is we'd only have about an hour and 20
Oh,
minutes.
because we've been talking already.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
okay.
All right,
you
that's fine.
sure?
Yeah.
All right, I'll
Okay.
talk to you guys later. I'm going to be watching.
All right.
No, You can stay. Why are you
No,
leaving?
it's all right.
You can stay.
This
You can
is
stay with
this
No,
is
us.
you
Peter's
stay.
story. I want to
Stay.
hear Peter's
Stay.
story.
No, stay. Stay.
I'm
Stay.
also still working
No,
Are
stay.
you
Stay.
working?
a little bit.
I want you
Okay.
to stay.
Okay, I'll stay.
Stay for the guest.
Yeah.
I will stay. Can I?
You may have a good question for me, you know?
Yeah, I can. I can also use the chat. Oh no.
Right.
All right. Oh,
Right.
look at that. But
You can
I
help
want to be.
alert us to
But see, the
questions
problem is,
too.
Peter, the EV Mox logo is blocking your head.
Actually, now he's blocking your head.
Well, I don't care. I'm just
This is
playing with
good.
stuff now. Is this okay?
Yeah.
All right.
So, wow. How you doing, Peter?
Doing good. Doing good. I'm off today. I got my new Villain Club t-shirt. I'm a villain, chilling like a villain.
Excellent. 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 So, did you know you're going to have off today, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, my normal days off are Wednesday, Thursday.
That's probably why we scheduled it for today.
Yeah.
I don't know why we scheduled for 6 then, because normally I do 4 o'clock. So
Yeah, I don't know. I could have done any time.
yeah. So I'm sure we had a reason, but
Yeah.
so so how are things going with you?
Doing good. Everything's good. You know, I'm working hard. I got a new job, as you know. So I'm selling
Yeah,
furniture.
yeah.
So furniture, mattresses, rugs.
Getting pretty acclimated with the job.
Yeah, it's been really good. I'm starting to make some money again, and getting out of the financial problems that I was in with the end of the last job, which kind of fizzled out. And so this has been very helpful.
Yeah.
Do you sell anything specifically at the store? Like, do you have a specialty, or do you sell everything?
Well, just in furniture, like living room furniture, bedroom furniture,
So basically, when someone walks in,
dining room sets, mattresses, rugs. For
so
the
when
most
someone,
part, just your basic whatever you would put in an apartment or
yeah,
a
so
house.
when someone walks in and they'll say, "I need help with a bedroom
Right.
set," and then
Whatever it
you
is,
can
and
sell
then
everything.
Do
yeah, if
you
they say I'm looking for a bed. Okay, do you want light wood, dark wood? Do you want a fabric bed? Do you want one made out of wood? Whatever. If
do you
they say
sell
I want a
mattresses
living
too and
room, do you
stuff?
want a sectional? Do you want just a sofa and love seat? Blah blah blah. Do
Right,
you
right.
want power
Do you also
recliners?
sell the mattresses too?
Yep, yep,
Okay. Yeah, so did we over where I worked.
yep,
And we started selling outdoor furniture. Do you do that?
yeah. We have some.
And you get paid by commission? How do you?
100%.
Oh boy, I don't know if
Yeah,
I
it's
can do that.
it's kill
That's
it's
a tough
it's
life.
Do you have
true
a
lion
hustle?
and it's true lion and impala. It's
It
kill
is.
what you eat.
And have
So
you always worked like in the retail like this before? So
pretty
you
much.
always
Well, when I
been
worked for the bank, I was
that was different, right?
it was a little
Salary.
different. But when I was in sales at the bank selling mortgages, yeah, it was pretty much commission.
Wow.
It was a small salary with like some bonus and but when I went into management with the bank, it was salary plus bonus. But then when I went back into sales about 10, 11 years ago, I sold furniture with Macy's for 10 years. And
Okay.
then Macy's closed my store in Fort Lauderdale, and they moved it inside the mall in this tiny little furniture department in the mall that no one went to. And I literally wasn't making any money. So for 3 or 4 months or 5 months, whatever it was, and then one of the guys I work with at Macy's went to this City Furniture, who's a very big player in Florida. If you go to Florida, City Furniture is the #1 furniture company in all of Florida. So he said, Pete, you got to come here. I'm making all this money. I'm doing great. So I did about a month or two. I wish I had done it a month or two sooner, but whatever. Here I am. So that was about 4 months, beginning of September. I went there.
Okay.
Yep.
That's cool. So, thank you, Target Prime Rib, aka Lewis. So let's go back in time even further, because you're here to tell your story.
Yep.
So, obviously you didn't start out, in furniture. I actually saw a picture of you one time on, just scrolling around, just looking. I forget what the reason was, but
hmm
I mean, you saw the thumbnail. I mean, you have lost a lot of weight,
Oh
and
yeah, I had gotten up to I stopped weighing myself at one point. I'll bet you I got up to 320, maybe three and a quarter. I mean, I was really, really heavy.
Yeah.
And you saw that one picture I sent you, Thomas. I had to be at least 320 in that picture.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I was big boy. And I was a size 44, almost a 46. I was busting out of my 44s. I was really heavy. I was wearing a double X, almost a triple X shirt. And I was very, very sick.
right.
And but before going back before that, like growing up as a kid, I always hated vegetables. I would fight with my mom at the dinner table that I didn't want to eat my vegetables. And I'd be the last of the kids sitting at the table because I didn't eat the vegetable. And it would be like a struggle session, like eat 10 more peas. And I'd be like, I'll eat two, you know. It was like a sales negotiation.
Yeah.
So
So
I said, I'll
you
eat
were a
two.
salesman all along.
Yeah, exactly. And so I ended up, while her back was turned, I would shovel the peas underneath the mashed potatoes and say, okay, I ate them all. I hated vegetables. I didn't mind potatoes, actually, like the mashed potato, but
Yeah.
I couldn't stand, like, she would give me lima beans. And oh my God, if you want, that's the one thing I probably would not ever eat. I just won't, but she said how healthy they are and you got to eat your fruits and vegetables. And I like fruit. I always liked fruit, but it
Yeah.
was the vegetables that I just absolutely hated. And I was a skinny kid for the most part growing up. I was pretty skinny, but I always loved making eggs. In fact, my mom used to call me the egg man because I would always be making eggs and I would not use, she would have butter and margarine. And I tasted that margarine and I thought I was going to throw up. So I would only use the real butter. So, I think I was a carnivore because I always loved meat and eggs and butter. Always. I mean, I loved it. But, and as you're growing up, everyone's telling you can't have all this red meat is bad. So you got to have chicken breast and lean meat, and you got to limit how much meat you eat a week. Like once a week you can have red meat. All this crazy. I mean, I'm sure you guys grew up with like the
Oh
same
yeah.
thing, right?
Yep.
Like red meat was like the enemy of some sort. But I remember one night a week, my mom would have steak night. We would have steak, and usually it was a New York strip. Okay, and so that's where T-bones, New York strip. I just really love that. Although I will tell you, lately I have gotten back into the prime rib, Thomas. I do really like the prime rib again.
Oh really? Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm getting back into that. So,
I actually have to get some prime rib. I haven't had it since I announced
well,
my name.
down here, Publix had that big sale. They had prime rib roasts
I remember that.
for
Okay.
8.90. Well, Winn Dixie had them 8.99 a pound, and I got two big. Well, they had New York strip roasts. I got two 5-pound roasts, cut them into 5 steaks each, so that was 10 steaks. And then I got the ribeye roast, a 5-pounder. So I got 5 of those ribeyes, nice and fatty. And I told them, don't cut the fat cap off. You know what I mean? Give me full fat. So I
Mhm.
was able to create my own full fat steaks. You know
That's
what I mean? Yeah.
that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, as I got older, got married, and
Magnifique.
I started putting on some weight, it wasn't really until I would say my 40s or 50s that I really started getting heavy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just, you slow down, you exercise less, you're working more, you're not as active, and you start with all the donuts and people bringing into work the donuts and you know what I mean? It got crazy. You start eating and you don't even think. You without thinking, you eat whatever you want, right? You
Yep.
remember those days where you just shovel cookies, whatever was there, right?
Well, I mean, I never had the ease of not gaining weight. I mean, I was big since I was like young.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
with
as
me,
a
it just
young
came on.
child, as a elementary school kid, I was actually really skinny. But
Yeah. And
once I turned like 10, I started gaining weight.
well, and my grandmother and my mom and my mom's brother, my uncle Sam, they're all diabetics, type 2 diabetics.
Mhm.
My brother and sister are type 2 diabetic. Everyone, I was a type 2 diabetic, as you know, Thomas.
Yep.
Well, so the story really starts where um, I ended up gaining all this weight. I was very, very heavy. Well, went to the doctor. I have a mild hypothyroidism, very mild, right? Since I was 20 something years old. And I take levothyroxine, Synthroid, whatever. Very mild, 150
Actually,
micrograms.
I'm listening to you guys, but I have to do something really quick.
Okay.
Lewis, can you take over?
Okay.
Go for it, Tom. You got it.
Aren't you glad you stayed, Lewis?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, pinch hitter. Okay, so I what happened was I went in, and this was August of 2022. I went in for to get my, every so often, every 90 days, Lewis, or every 6 months, I would get my thyroid, my blood tested for my thyroid medicine to get that new prescription, right? Make
Yeah.
sure, it's very common. I go in, well, so we do that, right? So, P.S., it gets to the end of January of the following year, 2023, the end of January 23. And I go in my normal annual physical. And I'm in there, and you have the nurse is saying, do you still take this medicine? Do you still
Right.
take that medicine? And I'm like, yeah. And at that time, I was taking literally a handful of medicine for bipolar depression, anxiety,
So
ADHD.
the list was long. The
Was
list was
long, and omeprazole for acid reflux. I mean, a lot of different things. Okay. So she goes, and are you still, what are you taking for your diabetes? I said, I don't have diabetes. I don't take anything for diabetes. She goes,
It's
oh,
amazing.
yeah. I said, I'm not diabetic. She goes, oh, yeah, you're diabetic. I said, since when? She
And
says, oh, August of 2022. Your A1C was 8 point whatever, 9 or whatever, 8.5. My brain shut down. I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, no one ever told me. Oh, yes, we told you. Yeah. So when doctor comes in, of course, I said the same thing to him. He goes, oh, yeah, I told you. I was like, Lewis, you don't think if the doctor had told me you are now all of a sudden a
well,
type 2 diabetic with
you
an
know
8 points?
how do you know how I know they didn't tell you?
Yeah,
Because this definitely is they dropped the ball with this.
right, right. So they did the
If
A1C.
you would have if they would have told you, you would have had a prescription.
Right, exactly.
The
Right. They
fact that
would
they
have,
did not give
well,
you
because
any
they wanted,
medication
so
means they missed this. They
Well,
missed
so
it.
PS, of course, they wanted to start me on metformin and maybe insulin and whatever. And I was like, whoa, hold on. I need 6 months to figure this out. I didn't know what I was going to do, Lewis. I just said,
Mhm.
I'm going to try diet, exercise. I'm going to try and fix this before we start down the route of medicine because my mom's on that road, my brother, my sister, my uncle, my grandmother. I just said, let me figure this out. Now, the other thing that went through my mind, I think I told you this story. My late ex-father-in-law, my ex-wife's,
Yeah.
he had died of end-stage diabetes as a double amputee. And I've told this story to Thomas, but he lost both legs, 5 of his 10 fingers. He was almost blind. He was in 24/7 pain in a wheelchair on dialysis 7 years, total kidney failure, 7 years. Um, and that he died at 74 or 75 years old. And all I could think of when they said you're diabetic was that guy. You know what? That's how I'm going to end up. You know what I mean? And so that scared me. I mean, I literally have never been more scared in my whole life. Okay. So, and Thomas was headed that. I mean, look, Thomas knows he was headed, a couple of toes because that's how it started with my father-in-law. He lost one toe, then another toe, then he lost half his foot, then he lost, his leg up to just above his ankle, and then they took the whole leg, then they took his other leg. I mean, it's like they nickel and dime you, okay, with the amputations. It starts small.
Yeah.
Oh, it started with the heel, the exact same thing Thomas had. It didn't start with amputations. It started with an
The ulcer.
abscess in what was it, in the heel,
Yeah, it's like a hole. It was
like a hole. Yeah, and
basically
they
a
had to
hole in the heel.
kept debreeding it and all this
Mhm.
and packing it, right, Thomas?
Mhm.
Yeah. So he had that, and then the toes, then the foot, then the leg. Okay. So I was very just scared out of my mind, and I didn't know what to do. I went home that night, and everyone's probably heard this. I went onto YouTube and I typed in 2 words, reverse diabetes, and I found Dr. Berry. And it was the video called Reverse Diabetes. And I'm watching it, and this guy's like this country hick guy. I'm like, I don't know. He sounds like he's from the backwoods of Arkansas. I don't know, but he says he's a doctor. I mean, I don't know this guy from Adam, but he's saying that if you take out the seed oils, you take out the bread and the grains and the rice, and you take out, he was talking keto. He wasn't talking carnivore, guys. But anyway, so I started reading the comments, and I couldn't stop. I must have gone down the rabbit hole, because once you start reading this, there's people who not only reversed diabetes, they got off insulin. I saw people getting off metformin. I saw people who their acid reflux went away. Well, I had acid reflux. They said, oh, in 3 weeks, I had no more acid reflux. IBS, I had terrible constipation and diarrhea back and forth, terrible all my life. I've struggled with that. And it only got worse as I got heavier. I had bleeding hemorrhoids. I had full hemorrhoidectomy in 2002,
Wow.
which was the worst thing ever. I was in the hospital and I couldn't work for 10 days after that. Oh my God. So that they're saying that went away. People with colitis, that went away. People with depression and anxiety went away. I'm like, well, I have that too. So all high blood pressure. I was on 3 blood pressure medicines, 3, and almost stroke level. Even with I was terribly high, 170 over 120 or 110. Even with the medicine, I could never get it down. So I decided I'm going to go keto. Now, I didn't know about dirty keto versus clean keto. I started, with the keto treats and cookies and all those things. So, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't clean keto. But at least I cut out the seed oils. I did cut out the bread and the grains and I limited fruit and vegetables a lot. I did have non-starchy veg. I was eating some sweet potato, a little bit of that. But I was, and over time, as I'm watching the Dr. Berry videos, and of course, you start branching out into you find the Shafees, you find all the other people, right?
Right.
I found Mitch, old guy carnivore. I found Kelly Hogan. I found Lisa Wiedemann, Ben Bickman, Eric Westman. Okay, I could go on and on and on. Steak and butter gal. But in any case, I started tightening it up, and I very quickly, within about 2 weeks, when Dr. Berry saw a video and he said, not to have the keto treats, cookies and pies, pies, cookies and pies. So I got rid of the cookies and pies, and I got off. And you know what? That was just feeding my addiction because it was sweet. You know what I mean?
All right.
Also, like Kelly Hogan was talking about eliminating all sweet tastes. She has great videos about that.
She was doing sweet taste for a few years.
Well, she was doing the diet
and
sodas, yeah.
And she would go to the group that she was in and be like, "But why am I still starving? Like, and having cravings?"
Yeah.
And they determined it was
And
because
they
she was
determined
having
it's the diet soda.
sweets.
Right.
Listen, guys, I have to take another call. I'll be right back, though. Okay.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
So anyway, she talked about that, and so I kind of cut out a lot of that. The things that had sweet taste. The more I cut out the sweet taste, and I tightened up, Thomas, and I kind of went from keto to ketovore, I would say. Like
that mid-range.
I'm pretty much the same. Where I still have some pickles and sauerkraut and maybe a slice of avocado here and there with my steak. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say I'm like Kerry Mann or Mitch, where I'm 100, or Dr. Chafee. I'm not. But as Dr. Bart K, he says that the definition of a hypercarnivore is 70% animal products. And I'm probably 90, 95. Let's call it 90.
So
okay.
By his definition, then technically you're a carnivore, So
well, yeah, I mean, look.
I'm just saying,
most carnivores, I'm going to tell you, most carnivores do sometimes have a little pickle, a little sauerkraut, a little yogurt. Sometimes I'll have a little yogurt. I may even add a couple berries here and there, but it's not like, it's not all the time. Like last night when I had my New York strip steak, I just had strip steak with butter chunks, the butter and salt, and then after dinner, I just had some whole milk yogurt, that I get at Aldi. It's vanilla whole milk yogurt. It's pretty clean. Right. And, I like it. Rick the Duck Man, who's 42 years carnivore, Rick he has yogurt every day. So,
and he has sauerkraut too, like sour vegetables.
He makes his own sauerkraut. Yeah. Yeah. And what he said was, if you're eating like the highest quality beef, then you're probably fine. You don't need those things. But when you're eating like I am, a lot of lower quality chicken and pork, from the grocery store, and
Mhm.
the beef that I'm getting isn't maybe the best beef all the time. It's more the Mexican beef I get at the Latino grocery store that's cheaper. I mean, it's still good, but it's not the high quality, USDA or prime, steak that or grass fed, the best stuff.
Right.
So when what Rick said is when you're having maybe the lower quality meats like the chicken, the pork, the sauerkraut and the yogurt really does help your stomach. And I do feel better when I have a little bit of pickles or sauerkraut with my meat or some yogurt. I do. I feel better. I've tried it both ways and I feel better. Now, if I'm having that USDA prime rib or the New York strip that I got, those rib roasts, the USDA,
Mhm.
I'm not eating anything but butter with that, man. I'm not messing with because it's so pure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so good that I won't, I'll just have that.
Yeah.
And then I eat a lot of eggs in the morning. Like this morning, I had 5 fried eggs fried in butter. And I put a little hot sauce, just some very clean Louisiana or Tapatio. It's like a Mexican hot sauce. It's
Yeah, I've
like
heard Tapatino. Yeah, it's
Tapatio, really good stuff. But
I think you get that in the aisle that sells Mexican stuff, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Cholula. You probably
Yeah.
heard of Cholula.
Yeah.
Tapatio, I like the Tapatio. But my point is, it's very clean. It's just cayenne pepper, vinegar, and salt. Essentially, there's nothing in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Um,
I saw in one of the chats, I forget what, it might have been Mitch,
mhm.
or Kelts, that you were telling somebody of the ingredients, like they were saying something about, like, like
Yeah, someone asked
there's
about Louisiana
all these
hot sauce. They said
ingredients
it's
and everything.
it's aged cayenne pepper,
Yeah.
vinegar, and salt. It's three ingredients.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was
Let
Kilt actually that you mentioned it.
Yeah, and then this morning when I went to the store, I got some beef jerky just as a snack. The Jack Links, whatever. It's probably not the cleanest in the world, but as a snack, if I'm at work or whatever and I get a little hungry, I just put that in my locker, and I'll just grab a couple pieces of jerky. And then I have sardines in my locker too. So I have a fork, I have a fork and my locker, and I have cans of sardines. So if I get hungry, I'll have some jerky or sardines. You know what I mean?
Have you
Like
had
I
anybody ever
usually
comment
eat.
to you on the sardines or no? Not that it would matter,
Huh?
but just
What's that?
have you ever had any coworkers comment to you on the sardines? Like say like, "Oh my god, sardines, like what are you doing?"
I usually don't eat them when there's other people there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I just
I mean, even if
because
they did, who cares? You like them, to eat them, like
yeah, I just here's what it is. If I'm working early shift, I usually don't eat until I get home. Because I'm getting home at 6. You know what I mean?
oh, okay.
So I don't even eat at all. I usually don't eat anything at work, to be honest with you, because even when I work late shift, I'll have the big breakfast of eggs, bacon, whatever before I go to work, so that I don't have to eat during the middle of the day. And then when I get home at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night, after my late shift, I just have my main meal. So I usually don't eat at all, either because I'm fasting for early shift. I just have my fatty coffee, my
Right.
fatty
Just
coffee
enough to sustain you a little bit. Yeah.
that sustains me until 6 o'clock or whatever. And if I'm late shift, like I said, I'll have the 5 eggs and bacon or some type of meat, or just the eggs, and that usually I'm good until. But like I said, if I do get really hungry, I do have a little something in my locker in case. But I rarely have to use it. I rarely have to use it. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
So, but yeah, but one thing a lot of people maybe don't know is that behind the scenes that I try and use. I'm not a coach, but you know what? I probably could be because of my experience. And how many tens of thousands of hours of probably nobody has seen more carnivore videos than maybe Rick, other than me. So, but I've been talking to Thomas and trying to help Thomas behind the scenes. A lot
Mhm.
of people don't know that. I don't know how much I've helped, but I
Um,
tried.
yeah, no,
I
you've helped
tried.
quite a bit, and I think a lot of people know it. I've mentioned it, and
Yeah.
we've mentioned it to people that you had a hand in helping me,
And
definitely.
how did the SBG trial? Remember, you never told me how that finished.
It didn't finish. It's still going on.
Oh,
Yeah, it
is
still
it
has like about seven more.
is
It
the
still has
insulin
7 more weeks to
resistance lessening?
go. Hmm?
Is the insulin resistance lessening?
Yeah, I mean, I still am using the insulin, but I'm getting less and less on it.
Okay.
And my highest sugars now are don't go any higher than like 130 each day.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
um,
That's remarkable, isn't it? Did
yeah.
you ever think that it would ever get to that point?
Well, it did for a short time there, for a little bit, but then stuff happened, and
Right.
um, and we did some experimentation, and one of the things that we learned that Dr. Phil thought was that might have been causing it because I was going with no carbs. So it's like, well, if there's no carbs, what am I taking that because you can't really like I know I've mentioned to 1,000 times that
Mhm.
every once in a while when my sugars are really, really low, I'll have like a nonpareil or something like that. But I don't
Right.
think that one little nonpareil when my sugars are at like 60 is going to bring my sugars to stay at 200 and 300 for
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah. Right.
Um, so I don't think that that's it. But
Right.
yeah, I'm sorry, Jen. I will look for that. Jen saying she had a question for you earlier.
Yeah, I can't see the chat, so you'll have to tell me what's going on.
Yeah. So, what I'm saying, so he said that not only, and Kilta said this too, that it's not only um, the the carbs that bring up the sugars, but so can proteins.
Right.
So he suggested to cut my proteins in half.
Right. And up the fat.
And
Absolutely.
well, I mean, well, by design, if I keep
Yeah.
the fats where they're at,
Right.
and cut the proteins in half, then the fats are pretty much doubled anyway.
Right.
I
Exactly.
really don't have to increase the fats.
Do you add a little butter with your meat
Well,
or
right now, no.
okay?
I do like you do. I do the cold. Normally, I do the cold butter with my steaks or my burgers,
Yeah, I
and I
love
have
that.
done it with my chicken too.
Yeah, I do it with everything.
Right now, I'm doing with like Lewis and a few
Yeah.
other people. I'm doing for January. Well, for two reasons, I'm doing it. One, because of my carniversary to celebrate that.
Right.
I'm also doing it for the January being carnivore month.
Right.
So I'm doing Lion Diet for that.
How
And
is that going so far for the week?
so far, I feel pretty good.
Okay.
I still get tired because I think what it is I think I was so addicted to caffeine. I think the no caffeine is just going to take me a little longer to,
Well, that can take a couple, 2, 3 weeks to get off of the coffee.
which is fine, which is fine. Um, but and once I go back, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. If I do go back to coffee, I'm probably gonna definitely go back to butter, but how I feel about coffee, I'm not sure.
What about eggs? You're going to go back to eggs?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't eat eggs that often anyway. I do.
Okay.
I
What about
like
bacon? What about bacon?
bacon. Yeah, I definitely will get bacon again, you know?
I
Uh,
love bacon, man, and it gives you a lot of healthy fat.
but I wouldn't mind trying beef bacon.
Yeah, I've tried it. It's
I had
horrible.
be well, you know what it is? I've had beef bacon before, and it was like, like I had no opinion because I was a kid, so I didn't have any opinion,
No, you know what? I've tried it, Thomas. It's
you
just,
know?
it's not like regular bacon.
Not
It
only
just,
that, it's not easy to find.
yeah. Well,
Just the
I think
search
Walmart
is, like,
has it.
annoying in itself.
I think Walmart carries it.
Okay, so Peter, your journey is inspiring. Do you have a bad day like brie cheese or fruit?
What's that?
Juju is asking, Peter, your journey is inspiring. Do you have a bad day like brie cheese or fruit? Like, do you ever have brie cheese or fruit? I know
Yeah,
a lot of people.
once in a while, after dinner, I'll have some brie cheese and maybe a couple of berries with it. It's no big deal. Yeah, no problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mason is asking, in what capacity has your body healed from carnivore? What was your biggest issue when you started carnivore? And thank you. I
Well,
think
I
he
would
just, I think,
the biggest two issues is I was morbidly obese at 320 pounds. I'm now right around 205, and I've gotten as low as 195. I'm 6'3", so 6'3", 195. I was maybe a little
That's
too
yeah.
thin. Yeah, I was a little
I
too
would
thin.
know. I would know.
Well, Rick is 6'6" and 195, and look at him. He looks like a light post.
Right.
So,
No, I'm saying I would know because of what I used to do for a living. So
yeah. So,
I know measurements. So
well, so the morbid obesity, the high blood pressure, the fatty liver I had. I was on 3 high blood pressure medicines. I was, type 2 diabetic. That's all gone. Also the mental side. I was decades long bipolar depression on antipsychotics and all kinds of depression medicine, anxiety medicine, ADHD. I had raging ADHD all my life. Was on all different medicines for that. I'm off of all of that for over 2 years now. Took me about a year to get off all that stuff, but all the brain fog and everything, the mental clarity that I have now
mm,
is amazing. My ability to concentrate and carry on a conversation like you see like a normal person, like right? You wouldn't even know I have ADHD. Because when I had ADHD before, I would talk over people. I would not listen. I was just you would say something and I'm like thinking about
well,
9 other
you're all
things
over
and
the place. Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah. I hear
everything's
you.
slowed down. My mind has slowed down and it's clear.
So in other words, like
So,
another I guess realm of food noise for you. Your mind quieted, so because
yeah, and the food noise,
like another
when you eat
definition.
carbs and
Yeah.
sugar, man, you're just constantly thinking about carbs and sugar, right, Thomas? I mean, it never ends. And if there is chocolate bars in the house, I will eat it until it's gone. I will.
Yeah,
And
you
so I
constantly
can't
think
be around
about
I can't be around those things. I have to keep them out of the house. Now, when I'm out somewhere and I see donuts at work or muffins, like yesterday, they brought in a bunch of chocolate chip muffins and carrot muffins, whatever. The boss brought those in for everybody. I didn't eat them. At work, they cook all day long. There's a cafe in my at my store, and they cook fresh baked cookies all day long. You know what that smells like in a store
I
inside?
know.
But I have not eaten one cookie since I've been there in almost 4 months. Not one, because I know if I have one, I'll have 100. I'll have 5, 6, 8 a day. I won't. I'll just keep passing by the cookie thing. They're
Mm,
free. They're free.
yeah.
Any customers can have them. The employees can have them. Anybody can have them.
I think most of us can relate to that. So yeah.
So can you imagine? That is the ultimate test, and it's there 24/7 when I'm at work. That test, but I know myself, so I just don't eat them. And I've come close a couple of times, boy. I've come really close. But what stops me is I keep saying I've done it for X number of months, you know, so I'm not going to do it. Good question.
Yeah. A lot of them are.
So yeah, I mean the answer to your question is everything's improved. Physical, mental, spiritual. I mean, I just feel like I'm a different person. I mean, if you saw the picture of me from before, you wouldn't even. There's people when I show them my before pictures, they say that's you. They say that doesn't even look like you. Like that's how different it was, right, Thomas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um okay. So Mason saying thanks, Peter. What a great testimony. Congrats on your journey. Thanks, Tom, and then thanks, Thomas.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Mason. Mason? How long has Mason been a carnivore, or is he a carnivore?
She's been a
Or she,
carnivore.
she,
I
she.
don't know for how long.
Okay.
I never. I mean, I think I ever scheduled for later down the road. So
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to hear Mason's story.
yeah. Um, so okay. So I'm just seeing if there's any more QQQs. I think those were the only two QQQs that we had.
Okay.
Yeah, people are. They sometimes forget the QQQ. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Well, I know carnivore has changed your life, Thomas. I mean, you were on the road to that same thing with my father-in-law. If you didn't change, where you were headed, and
I
it wasn't a
was,
pretty picture.
yeah. I mean, I think it was more than just carnivore, though. I'd like to put the attest to the community. You know,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah,
as much as yeah, carnivore definitely helped me.
yeah,
Definitely, was a benefit. And if it wasn't for carnivore, I probably would never have joined the community.
right,
But because I used to go on and off all the time. Like I would be like on for like 3 weeks, and then something would happen.
right. But the thing is, you were doing more keto, and what keto leaves in
Well,
all
no, I
that
mean, no,
food
I would go
noise.
like 3 weeks of eating nothing but meat.
Oh,
But then I would go off it. I'd be like, okay, like meat and eggs.
well, there
Most
was
of it was
somebody in
too
the
cheap.
chat.
You know what it was?
What's that?
Just like you, I one of the reasons why I didn't do the vegetables is because I did, like every single time I buy vegetables, they go bad.
Oh, of course.
I hardly ever eat them. So I was like, to save money, I was like,
Yeah,
okay, I might as well just get burgers and stuff like that.
yeah.
And
Well,
plus,
that's why,
too,
what, if you just get a jar of pickles, the pickles last forever. A
that would
jar of
be that would
pickles.
be my vegetable,
Yeah,
or they have at Walmart, they have these avocado that's already like in a cup, avocado like already done,
yeah,
and
yeah,
those would be good. I would get that sometimes and put it on the burger.
yeah,
But
yeah. That's
what we
good.
have to remember though is while I was doing this, I was living with a roommate that was
Mhm.
toxic,
Yeah,
and I would just go out, put the burgers in the oven, go inside my room, set my watch, my clock, whatever you want to call it, to 20 minutes, come back out, take the burgers out, and I put it in the foil. So all I have to do is take the foil, throw it away, and put the pan right back to the side. And then I go in my room, clean up, and then I would sneak out and get the plate because it was so toxic with her that
yeah,
I just so I'd mostly eat meat because of that.
yeah,
Or I'd have cheese. If I did have
yeah.
anything that wasn't good and I got stressed out, then sometimes I might have gotten like yogurt, but not cared about whether it was like, like low sugar or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
Um, like I didn't make my own yogurt because I would be too time consuming.
And also, those yogurts, most of the yogurts you get in the store, you look at the carb count and just how sweet they are.
Yeah.
It just keeps the food noise going. Again, it goes back to
Lewis is having some fun now.
I'm just flipping us around. Peter's frozen. Take a picture. Take a screenshot. Oh,
You froze, Peter.
no, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. Can you see me now?
no.
No,
Hello?
I
no.
hear you.
All
You're
right, let
you're
me go back out and come back in.
Okay.
you're like Batman, the Dark Knight.
You must have gotten a call or a notification or something.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to. I was looking to
Oh,
see if there's
Dustin's
any
here.
QQQs. I don't know if you see any or not.
I'll look for some. Let's see.
Um,
I wanted me to show that. Hi, Sandy. Great. QQQ.
so this is going pretty well. So,
Yeah, there's some good QQQs here.
oh, okay. So,
I don't know what this was in. What this?
I already did the one
What
with.
was this in reference to? I wasn't listening.
Um, I'm not sure. How far ago was that?
It was recent. 4 minutes ago.
He's probably when Peter was talking about like his recovery and stuff like that. And that was already answered.
Good. Okay, good.
The one with grandma wasn't answered yet. At least I don't think it was. So, Amy
Got
is
my
actually,
hot salty water.
while we're waiting for Peter, why don't we go through the chats and say hello to,
Yeah, so I saw that
oh,
oh,
here's Peter.
oh,
Here's
I had
Yeah,
him.
Peter.
what happens is when somebody comes in or out or like leaves it, it messes me up like when, somebody comes in or out.
But no one came in and out. Really,
Sometimes.
I didn't leave. But did you get a notification or a phone call? on your phone?
No, it
Oh,
just
okay.
messes up. Like when someone pops in or out. I don't know. It's weird when I'm on my phone.
Oh,
I'm on my phone. It's messed up.
yeah, because
So
Lewis
I
was here
just
the
have
whole.
to
Lewis
go
was actually
go
here
out
the
and
whole
come back
time.
in.
Yeah, Lewis
Yeah,
was
it
hiding
fixes.
from
I
us.
just have to go back out and come back in.
Did you guys watch the Milton ride to the vet?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
I
yeah.
watched half of it, then I stopped.
No, I saw the
Well,
whole thing.
well, he's all done now.
Well, just listening to that
Is he all
truck.
done?
Well, he should
That
be
I
done.
He
Yeah, I don't
must
know.
be done because he drove him to the
5
vet
o'clock.
this morning.
Yeah.
Right, that's true. It's almost 6. So yeah,
Yeah, and you said 2 weeks it takes, Lewis.
I say
for
14 days. He'll notice a difference. Yeah.
for the temperament to
Yeah.
change.
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
Did you guys know that a male cat can still get a female cat pregnant right after being neutered because there's still some stuff in the pipes?
Mm,
Very
Like some
interesting.
last minute
okay.
piece, basically.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Peter, there was this question came up right before you dropped
Okay.
that but I wasn't listening. I wasn't here for the conversation, so I don't know what it was about.
Right, Grandma asked it.
Yeah, it was. My question didn't get answered. Thank you.
Can you find it?
No. No.
You should have just left it up.
I should have. You're right.
Can't you just hit QQQ like
I
up
can
in the
search for it again.
browser?
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. Okay. Do you know what this is about?
Why don't I can't see the chat? What is
how
it?
how was your
I put it on
pain?
the screen.
No, he's on the phone, so it's
I'm
probably
on the phone. I can't
The
see anything.
question was, how was the pain levels? Were you
The
talking
pain
about?
levels for
I don't,
what?
I don't know. Were you talking about being in pain
Pain levels.
or having something done?
like how are your pain? I guess how are your pain levels when you had issues and stuff like.
Well, maybe she was talking about the hemorrhoids. And I had that hemorrhoid surgery.
Yeah,
That
no, I
was
don't
a
think so.
lot of
But yeah,
pain.
if
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't.
a
Barbara,
lot
if
of
you can
pain. Yeah.
elaborate on the question, we can get it
Yeah.
answered.
Yeah. I don't know. That I was talking about in 2002. This is way before I went carnivore. Actually, at that time, I had done Atkins, and I know what happened now. I did the Atkins, but I was doing very high protein, low fat Atkins. And I'm already prone, I know this now as a carnivore, that if I don't keep my fat very, very high, I'm prone to hard stools. And I was doing super low fat Atkins, you know, and so I was getting horrific uh, constipation. I was pushing, and that's how I got the bleeding hemorrhoids. You know what I'm saying from that,
Okay,
and I ended up getting full hemorrhoid surgery.
something in the
And
thing.
it was terrible. It was really terrible. But I'm not. I don't know if you guys ever watch Carnivore Talk, that show, um,
With Bob,
but
yeah, of course.
with Bob and Jeff.
Yeah, we've been on it.
Oh, okay. Well, Jeff has the same thing as me. Jeff had bad IBS just like me, and he has to keep his fat extremely high like me because he's also prone to hard stools. And even with super high fat carnivore, both of us,
Magnesium.
we take magnesium citrate. I
Yeah.
take 800 milligrams a day, and sometimes I'll double dose it. Like I'll
If
double
you
that.
if you feel like you haven't gone, yeah, I'm the
Yeah,
same
I
way.
mean, if I feel like it's I'm something I need it, but there's some people that react differently. Thomas, you had the opposite thing, I think, early on, right?
I
Like
still do.
diarrhea.
I still do. It's actually calming down now since I
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. And some
That's one
people,
benefit of doing this one week. I haven't really had.
Yeah,
I would
you
say
know why?
most
Because you're eating too
people,
much butter.
right, could be.
It's
But,
yummy, but it's not good.
most people, when they start carnivore, they have the diarrhea. They have the loose stools. They have the opposite. I had the complete opposite. I was going the other way, and I had to keep raising the fat, because Chafee said, if your stools are hard, add fat. If they're too soft, cut the fat. Use that as a barometer, and that works it's a simple thing, but it works very well.
Okay, so
So the
really
question
quickly.
that Barbara had was about when you were overweight, did you have pain in your
Oh
body,
yeah,
like
well
knee
I had
pain, back pain?
yeah. So I forgot to mention that. So I had terrible, horrific bone on bone arthritis in both knees, and I had a back pain, and I also had pain in my right shoulder from an old football injury that I had when I played football. and I could barely I couldn't even raise my arm past about here, like level. I couldn't go like that.
Hmm.
But the knee pain was so bad, and I was so heavy, I could barely walk. And I was selling furniture back then too and stuff, and it was horrific. And I thought I needed two metal knees. I'm 63 and a half. I'll be 64 in June. I really thought, Lewis, that I needed to get, and Thomas, I thought I needed to get two metal knees. It was so bad. Within 3 weeks of doing carnivore, no pain. Literally nothing. The clicking in my joints, I don't know if you guys ever got clicking in your joints. That went away. It almost felt like the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz when he got the oil in there, and he's
Yeah.
like, and what was the song he sang? It's like, anyway, yeah, I felt like that, and it just 3 weeks, 3 weeks of high fat carnivore, all pain in my body as far as arthritis and my shoulder, my back was gone. And now, I probably walk 5 to 8 miles a day just at work because I'm walking all over. It's a huge store. And then I also walk on my days off. I live right on the intercoastal down here in Florida, and I walk up and down the intercoastal,
Nice.
and I'll walk 5 to 8 miles a day. So no pain, zero,
How
nothing.
many levels is your store?
It's just one
Oh,
level.
okay, one
But
big.
it's probably like a big like warehouse kind of.
It's just huge. It's
Yeah.
monstrous. It's like 100,000 square feet.
Yeah, I mean, no. The only reason I ask is some of them are like double or triple.
Yeah.
Some have up, yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
do.
All right. So,
Yeah.
Midnight Vince is asking Peter, "What is your A1C now? Blood pressure?
Last
And do you
last
take electrolytes or
A1C
supplements?"
last A1C was 5.2.
Okay.
My blood pressure is 120 over 75 typically with no blood pressure medicine.
Excellent. And our sweet Amy is asking Peter, you mentioned possibly having a date the other day. Do tell, did you meet someone?
No, nothing came from that, unfortunately. Maybe in the future, but nothing came from it.
Okay. And that goes to show us that we're not just a carnivore channel. We do everything.
Right? We do
There's funny. There's a couple of women that I work with. They're
dating
always
updates.
there's some women I work with, and I showed them my little dating page. Like, oh, we have to change everything. We're gonna give you a makeover. We're gonna they're trying to set me. I don't know. They're trying to get me a date or whatever. They're very nice, very nice people.
Okay, so while we have some time, I figure we'll say hello to some of the people that came into the chats a little bit later. So Kelly, Broken Carnivore, is here. So hey Kelly, how you doing? Obviously Amy is here. And then I'm just mentioning the people that we didn't say hi to. Midnight Vince. We got Dustin Keto Simple here. So hey Dustin, how we doing? Did Peter just get lost?
Yep.
And Garrett, yeah, I mentioned Gary No Slow earlier. So I think they're the only ones I think. Oh, and Mason came in, and so did someone else. I think everybody else we mentioned. So, right, I'm wondering. I don't know if you guys are wondering why I left for a couple minutes. I promised my roommate I'd actually put on the live for him to watch. So he is actually watching the live as well.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
I was going to say, Peter, you got that. That kind of hurts my neck seeing you on your side like that.
Yeah, he fixed it.
You're good now. It's like,
No, it's messed up. I don't know what's going on. I'm technology challenged as it is.
well, I know you always like to lay down every once in a while, but
Yeah.
So I was just telling Lois that the reason why I left before is I actually was turning on the TV for my roommate to watch this.
Oh,
So
good.
he found out that I'm interviewing you, and he wanted to make.
Is he watching right now?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Thomas.
His name is Thomas too?
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys get anything done?
Well, Thomas, I will tell you this.
Thomas
I have
number 2.
never felt, the other Thomas, the roommate, I have never felt better in my life. I was 320 pounds, diabetic, 3 high blood pressure medicines, sky high, almost stroke level high blood pressure, fatty liver, horrible depression, anxiety, ADHD, acid reflux. And guess what? I feel amazing. I'm down from 320 pounds to right around 200 pounds. And all my arthritis, all my joint pains, all gone. All it is just, you know, eating meat, eggs, butter, animal products pretty much. A little bit of pickles and sauerkraut once in a while, occasional slice of avocado, little yogurt, and I feel great. I feel great.
Yeah, and it's never
And
too
so
late to start.
Thomas, when you're ready, hopefully you'll listen to Thomas and he can help you. That's all I'm going to
Thomas
say.
number one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we all have our journeys, and
Yep.
yeah, we
Yep.
do.
If you want to do it, if you don't, that's fine too.
But no, he's a really nice guy, and you know,
Yeah.
compared to I'm comparing him to the other roommate, so that's not really being too. but
And I
no,
also want to say to Thomas number two, when both people in the household are doing the carnivore diet, it's much easier. The
It is.
refrigerator is empty, the freezer is
oh,
full,
oh God,
the
yeah,
meals are much easier because you're eating the same thing. So
yeah,
it also makes life a lot easier,
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
if that helps anything.
So, hey Larry, how you doing? Larry Ryan just joined us. And Keto Simple, Dustin says, I mean, they just call out Thomas. It's not like they would be calling for themselves. Only when they have
All
company.
right, all right, all right, all right.
Dustin, you make a good point.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna put this on the thing, you know. I mean, we try to help each other and stuff like that. So,
Hmm.
um, but no, he's a very nice guy. Um, but okay, so trying to think. So,
Well, I mean, there's like so many other benefits to carnivore. I mean, I could go on and on and on, so many, but I will tell you this: like, I don't have any kind of body odor anymore. My nails are stronger. My toenails, my fingernails, like, um, my hair, which was like salt and pepper gray, is now, as you can see, it's almost completely back to black, my dark brown color again. There's almost no gray in there, and I'm going to be 63. And I mean, it's really amazing. I used to have like these age spots on my hands, like age spots. They're gone. Look, they're completely gone. There's
well,
nothing. Look at that. Perfect. You know, I mean, weird stuff. I mean, I used to have skin tags. Those fell off. I used to have these sebaceous cysts, these little bumps under my skin, like almost like these bumps. They're called sebaceous cysts. They all like went away. Like all this weird stuff just went away. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, it's just crazy. It really fixes you in so many ways.
okay. So this is sort of making me laugh a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Where Dustin says, I mean, it would be funny to think that when Thomas is home alone and he's just like, Thomas, hey Thomas, what are you doing? Just sitting there alone. Ha ha. That just made me think of when Mitch does his monologue sometimes.
Mm,
And he's like, I was saying to myself, Mitch. And then I'd say, what? You
yeah.
Yeah, he goes, Mitch, what? Yeah,
know?
it's
No,
true.
another thing that I used to have, I forgot to tell you. I used to have terrible migraines. They were like sugar headaches. I really think, looking back on it, I think it was from the sugar, just, how when you get a hangover, it's all that sugar from the alcohol and you get these hangovers, the next morning or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Like I used to get them in the morning, the same thing. Like I felt like I just drank like a 12 pack, then, and I would wake up with
No.
these terrible, terrible, like I almost felt hungover, like with these horrible headaches. And those all went away. I haven't had a headache in 3 years.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really had headaches.
Well,
Even
Jen
now with
had all these
coffee, I haven't
migraines.
had
Jen,
any.
Carrie's wife, had all these migraines. They're pretty much gone.
Yeah. Um, I mean, people keep on asking me with the no coffee, have I
Yeah.
had any headaches? And um, no. I mean,
Really?
we have to remember too. I went without coffee for 10 days at my sister's house too,
Oh,
because I mean, she has
Our
she
coffee
has a
machine was
coffee
too
maker, but you have
complicated.
to have like an IT degree in order to use it. So I mean,
oh.
believe it or not, I actually know how to use her coffee maker.
I know. I'm just
I'm
joking.
too cheap to buy coffee because she didn't leave me any coffee. So it's like, but I still chose, and I still didn't have it, but I didn't get any headaches.
Huh.
Got a few scratches from the dog and stuff, but I didn't get
Yeah.
headaches.
I've been on decaf since June, so I didn't really. I was fine. It helped.
See,
No,
I typically only drink 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day. I mean, I'm not like heavy into it really.
I'm
Like on
heavy.
my day, if
Heavy
it's
into
my
it.
day off, I'll have 1 cup. When I'm at work, I might have another cup or two at work, during the day,
right.
but when I'm at home, I just have my 1 cup in the morning and that's it.
It's good.
Now, sometimes I will have tea, but it's usually herbal tea at night. It's not caffeinated, it's herbal.
Right.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
maybe
I
green, or
drinking
maybe a
I
green
drinking tea a
tea.
few times to see if I have oxalates and stuff like that. Like whenever I have like itchiness or something,
Yeah.
but it never goes away, so I don't think it's oxalates. Because they
Well,
say
I
if
had
you have
oxalate
tea that
dumping.
that
I
the
had really
issues can
bad
go
oxalate.
away.
I had really bad oxalate dumping. It was coming out my eyeballs, like felt like tiny grains of sand
I remember you
coming out
saying.
my eyes for 2 weeks. And then one day it just stopped. The other thing too is, and this is something that I had, which my father and my brother and my dad's sisters had, which is like a watering eye, like a constantly watering eye. And what I find is if I do go off plan, that watering eye, it's my right eye. It's only the right eye. It's really weird. That will come back. And when I'm more strict carnivore, it goes away. And I have no water, like that eye that's just watering.
Have you noticed any like vision improvement?
Yeah, huge. I mean, I used to wear glasses I was nearsighted, and so seeing far distances, especially at night, I had to wear glasses. I haven't worn my glasses in 3 years. And when I went to the eye doctor, because when I would put the glasses on, everything was really fuzzy. Like, if you have perfect eyesight and you put on someone's glasses and everything looks fuzzy because, everything's out of focus. Well,
Hmm.
my eyes, I guess that's improved to the point where when I put my glasses on, everything was out of focus. So when I went to the eye doctor, this is about a year ago, and this eye doctor, she's got to be also about my age in her 60s. And she tested my eyes, and I said, I think my eyesight's gotten a lot better, or it's gotten a lot worse. One of the two. Well, I improved 2 full diopters in each eye. I went from minus 1.125 or whatever, minus 125, down to minus 50 in each eye. So she had to completely give me completely new. And I said to her, I said, have you ever seen in a 60 something year old guy this type of improvement? She says, I've been doing this for 35 years. I've never seen this ever. She said, this is the weirdest thing. I don't know what's going on. And I started telling her I changed my diet, whatever. And I was telling her I mostly eat meat and eggs. I really don't eat a lot of sugar, fruits, vegetables, those things. She was like, wow, she didn't believe me. She didn't think that that's the reason.
They
She
never
just
think
thought
diet. They never think
she
diet will
thought,
make a
oh, my
difference.
eyes just got better and I just am the miracle man or something. But I don't wear the glasses anymore. Like I can drive now, and like I used to when I would look at a tree, and the leaves, it all looked like fuzzy. The leaves far away. Look now, I can see each individual leaf, just like a normal person. When you wear glasses, you
Yeah,
can see all the individual leaves,
Right.
of a tree.
the details.
I'm back to perfect eyesight far away without my glasses. And at night, I can read the street sign, the signs like on the highway, the green signs, with the white letters, like the exit signs and everything. I couldn't read that at all. Now I'm back to basically I can read it just about perfect. So I don't wear glasses anymore. That's why you'll never see me on these things with wearing glasses. I don't wear them anymore.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't worn. I mean, I sometimes wear my blue glasses, but that's just because
Not only
my
that,
eyes
I
are a
used
little
to have
strained from the
trouble reading
computer
like
screen.
close up, like reading something close up. And I can read that now like almost perfect. Like I don't need reading glass. I had a pair of reading glasses and I don't even need reading glasses anymore. So it's really weird.
Yeah.
I think it was all inflammation.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
Rick is back home with Milton.
That's why I put it up on the screen. I thought you guys would
Wait,
like.
is he on? Is Rick there?
Rick's here.
Rick is
He's in
he's
the
in the
chat.
chat.
He's in the
So
chat.
Oh,
Rick, did
ask
they
him
give
how
you
Milton's doing.
Oh.
How's
the
Milton?
the
We want
cone
to
of
know how Milton
the
is.
cone of shame for Milton? The cone of shame.
I bet they did.
Oh god, we gotta see. He's gonna be funny on that because he's probably gonna have it for a few days. So he's probably gonna have it on
I'm
Saturday.
sure we'll get a video with Milton with the cone of shame.
Here's a tip for you. It's not
What?
really a question, it's a tip. It says, Peter dating advice. My husband is 64, 15 years older than me. Date a young woman with a career and health insurance. And that
That's
was from
funny.
Amy, Keto Rockstars.
Oh no, I have my own health insurance at work.
Yeah, but you gotta meet like a teacher.
But you want to make
Good
sure
health
she has
insurance.
health insurance too. You
Yeah,
know?
right. A teacher.
Someone
Yeah,
with really good health insurance for all the
right.
drugs you're on.
Exactly. Or someone really rich sugar mama, take care of
Yes.
me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, Rick did upload a video. We have to go watch the video after this.
Yeah, it just came up on my thing. So
How much time do we have left?
we have about 15 minutes.
Yeah, 20.
Uh,
19 minutes left.
Why do you want to watch the video?
No. I just wonder. I know that there was a time clock. You said something about a time clock.
Yeah, no, we have. Yeah, just
You can only broadcast
we
at 2
did like
hours.
1 minute under like
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
So
We could have gone the full 2 hours if we ended the live and started a new one, but that would be everyone would have to go
No,
over.
it doesn't matter.
And
Yeah.
Thomas, you've been keeping 36 people this the whole time.
Wow.
These people have no life.
thank you. Well, I always say it's my guests.
It
Yeah.
is. Peter, yes. We love hearing Peter's story.
But you guys have heard my
Did you
story
see how
a
many
million
people I had for
times.
last week
Yeah, it was a lot.
with Jen? Like I had almost 70 people.
Yeah. Well, that was a big day for you. You've been talking about that for weeks, months.
Months even, yeah.
Oh, this is a great
Peter,
question.
will you do more videos on your channel? You don't really do any videos on your channel, so
Hmm.
so I would have to say like more than 0? Probably not. Yeah, I always say Peter is more of the carnivore cheerleader. He supports other people's channels more than.
Well, I was trying to help a woman named Tanya this morning in the kilts chat.
I saw that. I
She
didn't really
fell
see
off because
the
she's
exact
in a
conversation,
wheelchair.
but-
I feel bad. She's in a wheelchair. She's extremely overweight, and she had fallen off and for several months. And she said she gained 26 pounds, and she got a lot of pain. So I was trying to help her. I gave her the Mitch thing. Throw away the scale, hide the scale. Who you waving at?
People.
Oh, and I said hide the scale. And eat.
My
eat,
mother's calling me. Hold on.
and like eat to full satiety. At each meal.
Okay.
Yep.
It looks like Milton is attached to Rick right now. So yeah, he's probably afraid. He's probably like these strangers just cut a big important part of him off. So
Yeah, he just got a date with
Daddy,
the.
somebody tried taking scissors to me. And
He just had a date with a genital guillotine. Yeah, sucks. Well, he's going to be better for it. I'm going to promise you.
Yeah.
That's what Lewis said.
Yeah, I've said that too, and yeah, I mean, he was very calm. He wasn't going wild or anything like that during the trip. So I mean,
Yeah.
it goes to show you that he can actually ride in the van. Because I know Rick said in the video that
Well,
that was the first time he's ever ridden.
Rick said that he likes his little carrier. He likes to go in there. Like cats
Yeah, but
like
sometimes
that.
they don't always like the jostling. They're not like dogs that they like to look out the
Right.
window and stuff.
No, but I mean, in his house, he had the carrier open and just let Milton would
Yeah, he just went in
like
there
to go
easily.
in there.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll leave the carrier. Ask Rick, is he going to leave the carrier on the floor open so that Milton can kind of hide in there?
like go in there and use it and like
Well,
get
use it to
acclimated
decompress.
to it. Right,
Like
right.
to decompress from the surgery.
Yeah, that's actually probably a pretty good idea.
Ask him that question.
Rick, if you heard Papa just now, are you going to use the carrier to help Milton decompress, so to speak? And he says the carrier is open in his bedroom now.
Oh, that's good. Because
Yeah,
he might go in there and just, decompress.
right. Um, Midnight Vince is asking if you've always lived in Florida.
No, I lived most of my life in Philadelphia. Then I went to college in Boston for 8 years, lived up there for a little while. Then I moved back to Philadelphia for about 10 years. And then I moved to San Antonio, Texas, with a short stop in Charlotte, North Carolina for 2 years, and then back to San Antonio. Lived in San Antonio a total of 15 years. And then about 11 years ago, I moved to Florida in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been there for about 10 years. That's
Yeah, 11 years. Mhm.
11 years, yeah.
This summer, this
I keep
summer
on
will
forgetting
be
we're not
11.
2025 anymore.
Yeah, this summer will be 11 years.
Cool. So Rick's asking, our retired Rick is asking Rick how Milton is. So
Yeah.
obviously, retired Rick left and came back. And Amy is asking if you've always been in sales, which you said before that you haven't
Well,
always been in
sales
sales.
and sales management. Sales and sales management.
Yeah.
Yep.
So refresh my memory, what did you do before? I forget.
I worked for Wachovia and Wells Fargo Bank for 28
Oh, that's right.
years,
That's right. That's right.
and I ended up as a senior vice president. And when Wachovia was bought by Wells Fargo in 2008, I got laid off. And that was during the Great Recession, so it was really hard for me to find any kind of similar work. Just that there was no one hiring mortgage people because the mortgage business was they were laying everyone off.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I
it was
wasn't sure if
tough.
you were
But
in the
then
same.
that's when I got divorced after 21 years of marriage. When the money went away, Thomas, so did the love, and she
Of
left.
course.
Gave me divorce papers,
Of course.
and my kids were 17 and 14 at the time. It was very difficult. Moved into a little apartment by myself, very sad, and went into a very deep depression. That's when my depression, anxiety, and all that really peaked. And just it was very bad until I started carnivore. You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, no, because you know what it was? I wasn't sure if, I wanted to make sure, but I wasn't sure if you were in the same same line of work as my sister or not. But no, she's in real estate. So I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
banking
No, I was
involved,
I
but
was not in real estate. I was in more bank
yeah, she
mortgages, home mortgages and banking.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's more brokerage type thing, like real
Yeah.
estate. I mean, she does quite a bit, my sister. So
Right.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned she actually owns her own company.
Okay.
So
That's good.
yeah. So and she was actually saying, like, I know we were sick for a little bit. I know you were sick for a bit, and
Yeah, I had that. I think it was that flu, whatever. It was pretty bad.
something going on. And my sister was saying, because I didn't go for Christmas because I just didn't feel good. So I stayed home for Christmas, and
But here's the other thing. I've only been sick 2 times in 3 years. 2 times. Both were the flu. So about 2 years ago, I got the flu for about a week. And then I had this thing, which lasted about 2 weeks. It was a pretty bad one. Um, and both times, I did need an antibiotic to get rid of it. I tried to gut it out, without the antibiotic, but until I got that antibiotic, it was not going away.
no.
But 2 times in 3 years. Think about that. That's not getting sick. I mean, not even a sniffle other than that.
Yeah. So Lewis is saying bye. Well, he says I will be right back, or maybe not, and then he says bye. So Thank you, Lewis. And I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it until later on when he said bye too. But Jonathan was here as well, Carnivore Muscle.
Oh,
So I
okay.
apologize for not saying hello. Every once in a while, you like to say hello to the people in the chats and everything, you know.
Yep.
So, so this is a mattress question. What mattress will give us the best sleep? Well, it depends on your body and
The
stuff.
one that is the most comfortable that you lay on. I mean, that's the truth. I look, I
Did you
sell.
guys have the
We
mattress test thing that we
Yeah,
had?
I mean, you can you got to lay on different mattresses and
Yeah.
stuff. You know, if you have a good mattress salesperson who is patient and can take you to a couple of different mattresses based on the feedback that you give them. Is it too hard? Is it too soft? And moving you from one to the other, not too many mattresses because then it gets confusing. But if we can move you to about four, no more than 4 or 5 mattresses, and until you can get to one that's really comfortable. But we sell over 100 different mattresses at my store. I mean, it's crazy, and I have all the different brands. So it's really just a question of what you like. But you got to pick the one that's the most comfortable. That your body, if you listen to your body, the body will not lie. The body knows what it likes. I mean, I know that sounds stupid, but that's
Nope,
all it is.
not at
So,
all.
you pick the one. Look, I might like one that's medium. You may like one, Thomas, that's softer or firmer. There's another customer who might want one hard as a rock. Okay. It's just everyone's different.
Yeah. So I just put in the chats one of our favorite people, both of us. Lexi Jones is
Lexi.
in the chats. So she says,
Ah,
"Hi guys, hi Tom and Peter."
yep.
Um, and then Spanky is here as well. So
Hey,
we both know
Spanky.
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 And Lewis is asking a question.
Okay.
What's the biggest scam to look out for in the furniture retail business?
Scam.
Scam.
It's when somebody
Like
comes
things that you
in.
kind of feel, probably like things that you feel like, okay,
Well, the biggest scam that a customer pulls is they bring stacks of cash, and then they'll count out the cash, then they'll give it to you to count, and then they'll say, "Oh, let me just look at it one more time," and they'll take it and they'll pull out cash when you're not looking and give it back to you and hope you don't recount it.
right, yeah,
And
and
you know what I mean?
yeah,
And then they get away with, you know, paying less, whatever.
like the
It's like a
switch.
switcheroo. But we don't take a lot of cash. Mostly what we do is credit cards. Or we have our own, like, financing where you can get 0% interest for 2 years or 3 years or
Right.
whatever. Like we have that too.
Actually,
Hmm.
I have I have seltzer here, but I have like three different spots. I have one in a cup, some in a bottle, and some in a can.
Yeah. I recently bought a case of Topo Chico. When I got that prime rib roast, Thomas, to
Right.
get the $8.99 price, I had to spend $20 in other groceries. So what I did, I bought that big holiday ham I was telling you about. Remember, I bought a big ham.
Yep, I remember.
So that was like $9, and it was $1.49 a pound. I ate that for like a week. I had nothing but ham and eggs, ham steak for dinner, ham and ham. Kind of got sick of the ham, but it was good. And I got a case of the Topo Chico in the tall glass bottles, you know.
Yeah,
And what I do is I buy 2 limes, fresh limes, and I'll cut a little lime wedge and squeeze a little bit of lime into my regular Topo Chico just to give it a little bit of lime flavor. It's delicious. I love it.
oh yeah, no, I mean, I do agree. Like I like ham, but I
Yeah.
agree that I can't have it all the time. You know.
Right. Well, I just did it because I needed to get the Topo Chico didn't quite, it was like $15.99 for the case. And I
Yeah.
needed something else. So it was like $9 for this ham. And I
No,
was
no,
like,
I agree with you. I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
like I find it funny. I don't know if you feel the same way that
Hmm. I
like
actually like
when it
ham. I
comes
do.
to
I like
beef,
ham.
oh, I
It
love
was a good
ham.
change because I
I
hadn't
just
had ham in a long time.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I just get so overly satiated, I guess you could say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When it comes to ham, like, I can't have it all the time. I have to take a break from it. But it's funny how burgers and steak, like
Yeah.
beef, even lamb, like anything like of that nature,
Yeah.
I don't get tired of it.
Yeah.
I don't get tired of it. I gotta have it like 3 or 4 meals, and even like even when I'm hungry, now my go-to, like if I have a like it's funny, like if I have a burger, like I'll have 3 burgers, and then for my second meal, I'll have like 3 or 4 burgers. I mean, now
Well,
if
Thomas, let me ask you a question. Does a lion get tired of Impala?
no.
So that's the thing. This is our proper human diet.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I just
love,
still find it funny, I
but
know I get it,
I'm
but
I'm I'm a little bit more of a I'm a little bit more of a variety carnivore than you. Like I like a lot of variety. I like all the different meats, eggs, butter,
yeah,
all like seafood, fish, like pork, chicken, lamb, duck. Like I'm the other night I had a half a roast duck. Then the next night I had steak. Then
right.
the next night,
Well,
whatever.
I mean, I
Yeah,
no, I do like other food. I do like other
yeah,
meats, and I do
yeah,
like fish, I do like
yeah.
but I can't like, I can eat burgers, like, for 2 months and
Well,
still
well,
wanna have
Thomas, I could eat a T-bone every single night and eggs for breakfast with bacon. I could do that and be perfectly happy. You
right,
know, if I could afford a steak every night, if I could afford that, I would only eat steak. I would.
right,
You're right. I probably would,
right,
and maybe
but
add some
but
like shrimp or something.
right,
Maybe
but
some shrimp.
if I can't do chicken 7 I can't do chicken 7 days a week. I can't,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can have it, yes,
Yeah.
but it's
No,
not
I don't like to have chicken all the time either.
right,
I get tired of it, but
right.
I can never get tired of steak.
I
Never.
burgers or steak, I love my burgers, and,
Yeah, see,
uh,
I'm okay with burgers, but I couldn't do burgers all the time. Like I
yeah.
would get tired of burgers, me
I can do
personally.
burgers all the time. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely a good substitute. So
Yeah.
we're reaching towards the end of our, we just got the notification, so I'm going to
Okay.
actually be ending soon. I would ask you if there was any social media that you're on or anything like that, but we know that it's
Not really. I mean,
Papa Carnivore 15 is your channel.
Papa
Um,
Carnivore, one word. Papa Carnivore. Do not put Papa space Carnivore. If you search YouTube, Papa Carnivore, one word, or Papa Carnivore 15, the number of 15, 15,
mhm.
you'll find me. And on my channel, I think there's a lot of music videos there, I guess.
Yeah,
Whenever I
you have a
save a music
playlist,
video,
you
but
know.
there's also several of my interviews are mixed in there somehow as well.
I never opened the playlist, so I just, like,
Yeah. But I don't really do videos. Where you'll find me is doing interviews like this, or like in the chat for Dr. Kiltz or Mitch, Old Guy Carnivore. I'm kind of everywhere. Carnivore Talk, all the different places. You'll find me.
mhm.
I'm not hard to find in the carnivore community. I think that's for sure.
Okay,
Everyone
so
knows Papa Carnivore, right, Thomas?
everybody knows Papa Carnivore. I
Yeah.
remember seeing you for the first time on, I think it was Carrie Mann's channel.
But
Was it?
I still have not met you in person.
No.
So we got to figure out a way, me, you, and Lewis, to get together.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
know
mean, the meetup I'm going to is, well, actually, I'm going to another meetup actually, but it's a very small meetup. One that's,
where?
it's going to be in South Amboy, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So,
Is
you know,
Lewis going?
no, no, it's like a few of us from like from
Kilt.
SBG.
Yeah.
One person from SBG is other people, but Dr. Wiederman will be there.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
I met Dr. Lisa at
yeah,
Kiltz's house,
yeah. Well, I met her too. Yeah, so
and I met Bella there. Bella was there with her now husband and Kiltzy, and I
you,
met Russ. I met Russ there. Yeah.
Lewis, I'll let her know if you'd like to go. I wasn't sure, so sorry about that. It's actually being I'm not sure who's hosting it or not. Somebody named Andrea, so I don't really know, but I'm
Yeah, you
sure
should
they.
get Lewis to go. He lives right there in New York
Well,
City.
Lewis just said hello, invite me. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
all right, so everybody, live, love, heal, And I'll let you take this one, Papa. For God's sakes,
Eat meat.